Oh, snap, kids. Adding Dave back to the mix. How you doing, Dave?
Not bad yourself, sir.
I am chilling. Had a pretty solid week so far.
Oh yeah.
We got the
Anything?
email from the bosses saying that we might be going back into the office soon.
Oh boy,
The
it's.
dreaded return to office.
I've been experiencing that for the last month, dude. It's an interesting. It's interesting.
Oh,
At
yeah?
least, yeah.
You guys are back in office for the last month?
We've been back basically for us. It's 2 days a week, or at least
Okay.
because we have at our work we have three different types. It's like basically purely remote. Uh, for sure need to be in the field because obviously some things need to be done in person.
Yeah.
And then you have like people who it's like, well, it's like a judgment call and they figured out like how many days a week you should come in and whatnot. The magic number for us was 2 days a week at least, type thing.
Okay.
So some people I know there's some people at my work, because there's a daycare in the actual office space itself.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I'm already there. Like,
Yeah.
what I mean? So they're like, there's some people who are like, and because they more the people who like live far, because there are some people who live in close proximity, like, no, I prefer the home, my home compared to all this, So
I mean, for me, my specific situation comes down to the fact that because of what I do, and I mean, I know some of you know already, but I program music for commercial spaces and stuff like that. So I have to review music and music videos on the regular because I'm adding music to playlists. I'm reviewing music videos to play in public spaces. And for me, I have at home one of the best setups possible, right? Like you've been here when we first got here. It's even better now. Like I have a 55-inch TV as a monitor right in front of me. That's what you guys are on. I have a laptop here. I have a soundboard here that I can EQ the sound on things. I have a really good mic. So sometimes when I make calls, I call through my computer so I can just use this mic so you get a like clear sound. So there's so many things that I'm like, if I go back to the office, it's going to be my little laptop on a dock with this, little monitor.
It's a downgrade.
No,
you're looking at your boss. You're like, but no,
it's going to be a downgrade. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do miss going to the office. I always had a fun time at the office. I had a great time working with people. I do miss going to the office because where I work is a lot of fun. So, you do get that sense of actually being with people and interacting with people.
Like it feels more like a team or a fam type vibe. Like it actually feels like that, not like we're a team and people are like, yeah, but you work in your little silos. You're like,
oh no, specifically my team is considered in the company one of the best teams to be on. We have the lowest turnover rate as far as I know in the whole company. We have one of the strongest teams. We have one of the most dedicated. We have the highest score for trust and what's it called? Whenever we do those office surveys, trust and collaboration is at the highest score, as far as I can tell, in the company, because we genuinely are all music nerds who talk music nerds all the time.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And like,
it's like as if you and me worked at a comic book shop together.
Oh, dude. That's what it is. And it's great. Like, and I think one of my favorite things is as a team, we sometimes have to review lyrics for songs. And, when we used to work in the office, our team was in the basement and we'd be reviewing lyrics for songs. And sometimes you would yell over to someone, hey, man, what do you think about the lyric? Bent it over and backed it up, felt you as you rubbed against it. Like, and then we're like, okay, that's probably questionably sexual reference, but you have to think about it in the grand schemes of being in a public space. Like if a mom is shopping with her kid, are those lyrics going to offend them enough that they're going to go to the front and file a complaint and stuff like that? And, you try and think of that stuff beforehand, and then you send the music to the client, and then the client themselves review the songs, and then they'd let you know if they like it or not, or if they think it'll work in their space. And sometimes songs that you think shouldn't play in the public spaces, but the client is asking for stuff, they approve it, and you're just like, this is gonna be an issue. That Notorious B.I.G. song you just requested, you should not be playing that.
That's what I was about to say. It's like someone being like, I don't want this new rapper who swears a lot, but like, give me Biggie and Tupac.
Oh,
like,
dude.
But like, dude,
the amount of times I have clients tell me, we don't really want hip hop. not because we don't like hip hop, but just, some of the hip hop can be a little aggressive. And then you're like, okay, cool. So you put all that pop stuff, you put Taylor, you put Katie, you put, Doja Cat, you put all these like pop artists, and you put the poppy rap artists. So like Doja Cat's like pop rap, where she's half the time she's singing, she's not really rapping. But then sometimes you'll get a request like, hey, could we get that new Drake song? And it's not one of Drake's R&B tracks. It's one where Drake is like, trying to get on his grimy shit. And you're like, are you sure you want this Drake song? Like, I understand if you're asking for a Drake track, but this specific Drake song has Drake saying this, and this. And they're like, yeah, the people in the store really like it. And we're like, okay. And then you put it in their playlist, and then 2 weeks later, they're just like, could we remove the Kanye and the Drake song and this song? And you're like,
we told you.
Yo, we tell you all the time. Don't put stuff that will affect. Like, I think one of our best clients, and I can't mention who it is, but one of our best clients is a big national brand, and they have the cleanest playlist, like whistle clean. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, man. And their whole thing is just like, we don't want anyone to be offended by anything. Any glimpse of offensive content, pull it out. We want every song to be woohoo, like kids skipping down the aisle, holding hands. And we're just like, okay.
Every song's wouldn't it be nice type thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, you walk into that store, and I don't think most people even notice the music, but if you notice the music in that store, you'd probably be like, wow, there's like no bite to it. But it's fine. Like, the music's good. It's just that there's no edge.
Oh man.
It's it's the type of playlist.
The
playlist is what when your parents want you to date the nice person at your church. The playlist is that person. The playlist is the nice person at church.
Playlist is the nice person at church.
And meanwhile, you want the bad person on the motorcycle. Like, that's who you're hoping. And you're just like, no, the playlist is the nice person at church. It's like the deacon's kid. They're really nice to you. And you're just like, I mean, you're okay, but I find you boring to interact with. But you're nice. It's
hilarious.
Like, you know what I mean, though?
Ridiculous.
You know what I mean, though? Like,
I do. I absolutely do.
I
completely get what you're saying, but
there's girls that when I went to church when I was a kid, my mom would always be like, "Oh, she's nice," and I'm like, "Yeah, she is super nice. She is whistle clean nice. She is, put your hand on the Bible and have some cherry pie American style nice." And you're just like, I want the girl that was smoking behind the church, though. Can I talk to her? She seems like she has some emotional issues that I would like to try and explore with her.
Yeah, I was about to say explore or exploit. Did you just say?
No, not exploit. Because I want to point out, if you're the guy going for the girl who smokes at the back of the church, you have emotional issues yourself. Let's not get that twisted. You are equally the weirdo who wants to go after the girl who has emotional issues because you have emotional issues. It's not, it's not exploiting. We're both broken, and you're trying to get to the broken person in hopes of having some fun.
I don't know what I enjoy more, the comments you just said, or the fact that this all spurred out about the concept that we're going back to work.
The most amazing tangent ever. Working at your office to dating broken emotional people. Let's get into it, folks. Yeah, I know that's how this show does. We go on some beautiful tangents. Speaking of beautiful, I was really hoping Skinny would be back, but I feel like we gotta jump into it. Comedian Dan Soder was on Cheeto Santino, Andrew Santino's podcast, Whiskey Ginger, recently, and he said that wrestlers are stuntmen in figure skating outfits. And I want to preface this by saying Dan Soder is a huge wrestling fan. If you guys watch the show Billions, you know that there's a whole side story in one of the episodes about his fandom as a wrestler, his wrestling fandom, and why he hires someone specifically because they are a wrestling fan. And so when he makes this statement, he's not doing it to insult them. He's just saying that wrestlers are stuntmen in figure skating outfits. And I could not disagree with the statement, because They are essentially stuntmen. They're very athletic. They put their bodies through everything, and they are essentially wearing figure skating outfits. Mr. Perfect, Ultimate Warrior. Like, there's a whole bunch of people in the 80s. Macho Man Randy Savage is wearing a torn up version of a figure skating outfit. And I'm not insulting them when I say that.
First of all,
Yeah.
in regard, you know what? Yeah. First of all, to say that they're in skate, that is like a specific, obvious generation. Not the average person wears those. One.
Yes.
Two.
Yes,
two,
that's what he's talking about, I would imagine.
I disagree a lot because a stuntman is like, you know, I like the only I understand why there would be a comparison to stuntman in the sense that you have to go out there and, like, you know, do a task, and that task is dangerous. But like the thing is
and
that
they're athletic. Like, I feel like some people
they
don't.
are very athletic. Which,
names.
first of all, stuntmen aren't necessarily athletic. One, not all of them.
Wait, whoa,
It
Dave.
depends which ones. It depends which ones you're talking.
What stuntman who is throwing themselves through glass panes, taking punches, jumping out of windows, jumping
ones
off
that
roof?
drive stuff and things like that, like car racers and whatnot, don't necessarily need to be. I'm just saying they're not necessarily.
Not to mention the fat ones.
I would call that a stunt driver, not a stunt man.
Okay. So
I get what you're
I just want, because
okay.
it's a broad statement.
I mean, but by that logic, not all wrestlers are athletic.
Well, exactly, right? So, but what I would say is that where stuntmen are being given like an actual thing, you have to do this, like a sequence of events that this is, we want this, so you're going to do that. Although, yes, wrestlers have a goal at the end in the sense there is a winner at the end of the story. They are creating craft. If anything, you're telling me, if I were to say they're athletic, like Broadway actors would be a better explanation than that, because at least there's a certain degree of like they're making a story. I don't know how to describe it. Like, not even their artistry, their art. It's an art. They figure out what they're doing on the fly.
Performance art.
There you go. Thank you. That's essentially what it is.
Stuntmen that aren't performing and adding to a performance?
No, but like they have to think about, like, a stuntman is given a blueprint. They are not given a blueprint.
I'm ready. I'm brought here to have this conversation because I feel like a lot of people heard that statement by Dan Soder and were just like, "How dare you?" And I was just like, I feel like that is a very fair statement to say that wrestlers are stuntmen in figure skating outfits.
I get the joke, and that there's truth to the joke.
I don't honestly, guys. I should find the clip because I don't feel like he was trying to joke. He wasn't trying to insult them. He was really trying to say it as like they're hardworking. They're telling a story. It's a performance. There's a whole choreography. Same thing with stuntmen. Every stuntman you will talk to, a stunt person that you talk to, will tell you that there has to be a very specific choreography so that we make sure no one is actually hurt. They put themselves through a lot. A lot of the things that they're doing, a lot of the equipment that they're using is fake. You know, they're not hitting each other with real metal chairs. There's special types of metal, special types of equipment, special types of versions of things that they're using to hit each other. Same thing as stuntmen. And then the outfits are flamboyant, bright outfits. Folks, gold dust, like, if you are telling me that is not a figure skating onesie that he's wearing in the ring,
for every gold dust, there's like 3 niggas in black trunks.
Sure, but I'm just saying his statement holds because there are some very, very similar things with stuntmen and figure skating outfits. And again, I feel like that is a fair and honest and not. Again, I don't think it was disrespectful. I just find it funny that most people probably thought it was disrespectful.
I think it's disrespectful to people like Stone Cold, like The Undertaker. Like,
I would say Stone Cold is a perfect example of stuntman.
Well, no, he's a perfect example of a brawler who knows how to fake his punches.
Right, like a stuntman.
But
Stone Cold Steve Austin to me looks like every stuntman you see working in the industry if they were a wrestler.
I still think there's a certain degree of, like Skinny said before, performance art, because again, like I'm not saying that. How can I say?
They're better actors.
But that's the thing.
Well, some of them.
I don't want to. I would, because they do act. They do a lot more than what. I'm not saying they do more. I'm not saying like one profession is harder or whatever. I'm not trying to compare the difficulty or whatever, or compare them at all.
Sure.
What I'm saying though
I mean,
is
you
like
can compare,
but
because
one
they're
is
literally compared. But
one is one has a blueprint, one is like in fact an act, a play. That the
Right.
only direction that they're given is that you need to make sure that these people hate you ideally, these people like you ideally, and at the end there is this payoff. Other than that, they have to control a crowd. They have to gather. They have to play a crowd. Stuntmen don't do these types of things. So that's where, for me, it's like, nah. The only stuntmen is the fact that, yes, do these guys go through a training of like knowing how to take bumps, knowing how to do maneuvers in order to not hurt somebody else while doing them? Of course. But you could say that like, okay, well, that's the same to any profession ever. You practice something so you do it right.
I just okay. I feel like everything you said applies to stuntmen.
I feel like everything I say applies to every single job.
Okay, but then wouldn't that just mean that the comparison between
so
wrestlers
that
and
means
holds?
wrestlers are also accountants in airline uniforms, because we go through the same type of, like, if you're saying what I said, you agree
Right.
that what I said applies to all, like, that's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
Dave. So let's pretend we're not all dumbasses, because
Oh man.
well, I mean, if you're gonna say an accountant in an airline uniform,
Okay, let me just break it down like this.
but Skinny, wait, let's just acknowledge.
Yes.
Did what Dave just say make any sense in a
No, but
comparison?
I was making
to
a joke
stuntman
comparison.
I did not listen to half of that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Dave. I guess he's on your side, but not listening to you.
I am on his side, because here's what I'm gonna say. Here's why people would take it as a slight. The fact that a mere stunt, which is a performance, but not a performance art, is a stunt, meaning it is to portray the reality of something that is not real. Stuntmen are there to perform the stunts that actors cannot do, because actors would fuck themselves up.
Right.
Okay. But
Right.
in the terms of wrestling, where they're trying to make it as realistic as possible, to allude them to stuntmen whose job is to make it look as real as possible, but they're not considering. It's like they don't care if it's portrayed as fake versus wrestlers who do. So to compare it to stuntmen is wrong.
Ah, man, I feel like we really need to find a stuntman, because I would say any stuntman worth their dollar would be like, I 100% want people to think that this is real.
They wanted to think it's real.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the whole point of their
but
job.
not like they don't want it to be like, oh shit, that Tom Cruise might actually.
But one is like photoshopped and stuff afterwards and stuff. One's live, one is taped. There's a big difference in that.
Some wrestling's taped.
Yeah, I was gonna say
some wrestling's taped, but let's be honest, we're talking the real wrestling is live.
Wrestling has started doing cinematography and cinematic wrestling matches
when they were stuck in the pandemic, bro.
Only once in the pandemic, but
let's be serious. Like, if we're gonna be real about it, let's be real about it.
Did it once.
If you do wrestling, if I decide to become a wrestler tomorrow, I'm going to
gym. Did at WrestleMania
no, they've done a few matches. They did a few matches during the pandemic. But if you were to like remove that
trying to help
the pandemic. It's an art that is done in person. It is not something that you can record and then, oh, you didn't do that right, so let's do it again. They're like, there's, I think that the differences of what they are. Okay, that's why you can't compare it, because there is similarities, but they are different. For the slight differences are important. You know what I mean?
Okay, you made one point that I will agree with.
Oh, he's gonna counter, man. He's gonna fucking counter.
I'm definitely gonna counter.
This nigga's gonna pull Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't let him do it.
Right.
You made a great statement in the whole aspect of wrestlers can't. It's not recorded. It's not recorded. They can't redo their takes. They have to do it live. This is the performance. A stuntman has the opportunity to redo the take to try and get it closer or even better. I'll give you that. However, I will point out that in the ring, there is literally a director, the referee, who is there to make sure that it goes. That it's.
You're right. Director. Okay. A referee, if anything, is more of a equivalent of a caddy.
I've watched documentaries where they literally refer to the referees.
No, he's directing the shit. Yeah, he remembers
that is what
everything.
they've referred them to in the documentaries.
Really, I would. That's not how I would see it.
They're the director who is watching the match, and when they do certain things, and you grab their hand a certain way, that is them they're supposed to signal for a cut, and they're
Okay,
supposed
I
to
get
signal
what you.
for.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
All
I
I'm
get it.
saying-
I get
They
it.
signal to wrap it up too. They're like, all
Right.
wrap it. Yeah,
They
those
know
like,
all
yeah.
the. So that's it. So I'm just saying. So with that in mind, I'll give you the point that they, stuntmen don't get the opportunity to do it, or well, I mean, stuntmen get the opportunity to do it, but then the wrestlers don't get the opportunity to do it and reshoot it from different angles, or
Yeah. Like
they're doing it live.
Stuntmen get to polish their craft as they built it. Wrestlers have to polish their craft every single time they do something.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? They always have the pressure of if this doesn't look good now, I won't have a job tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like for wrestlers, yeah.
For wrestlers.
Skinny, be honest. If you do a bad job, if people don't remember you, they're not going to remember you. That's the other thing. Is one is name me stuntmen. Like you might be able to name some because you guys know credits, but
his statement wasn't the idea that stuntmen are famous. That the idea was, again, they are stuntmen in figure skating outfits. What they're doing is different. They're not actually stuntmen behind the scenes, but in the sense that what they do for a living, where they are doing acrobatics and trying to sell a performance so that fans can be entertained and other people don't get hurt. Because let's be real, wrestling's fun to watch because some of us want to hit somebody else with a chair, but we can't do it. The wrestlers are doing it for us. That's what we're watching.
Listen, Mr. Slight, you don't get to laugh at that.
He's agreeing.
No, because he laughed. Like at first, I thought he's like, "It's just how he did it." I was like, "Hey, you don't get to laugh at that comment."
There's a lot of people I want to hit. I'm with them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Here we go. I found the clip.
No.
Let's see if I can share this.
I would have accepted more cosplay than skating outfits, though. I don't know why.
I mean,
skating outfits.
I feel like the gold and the bright colors and the streamers on the arms.
Yeah, but that's from
that's such an era, a specific era.
Yeah. When was the last time that fuckhead watched an actual wrestling show? Fuck.
Yeah.
Idiot. Hey, you guys, shut up.
That's so funny.
Look at him.
Okay.
Look at him. Look at
Dan
him.
Soder. So we're just gonna hate on Dan Soder now just because he said
I don't mind.
Okay, let me know if you guys can hear this.
Be like guys from the 80s. You're like, dude, there's Bushwhacker Luke. And he's just
there
like,
you go.
Like the way they move, it's just all like, fuck.
That's the proof that when somebody's like, it's not real or whatever, you're like, dude, these guys are bullying each other.
Dude, it's just
physically bodying each other all over the place.
Yeah, it's stuntmen in figure skating outfits.
That's my favorite part.
It is, dude. It's a little flair.
Yeah,
you know what? They got some flair.
It's a little pizzazz.
But that's like you abuse your body like that.
Yeah.
And then you just see them old and they're rich still, but they're like, oh fuck. Hey, no way. My favorite is
except for DDP.
Yeah, because he did
DDP's right. So you guys heard the clip now.
I still feel like to a certain degree.
You get what he was saying?
I do get what he was saying, but I still feel like
at no point is he insulting them.
No, but
I feel like these guys watch. Yeah, they watch bummy wrestling. They watch WCW. See how they mentioned DDP?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about, you ginger? Anyways, no, I'm out.
Hilarious. Okay, I mean,
DDP.
sure. Wait, is DDP
pizzazz? Why do you have like?
That's exactly.
Is there not pizzazz in wrestling? Wait, why? Hold on. Are you offended by the idea that wrestlers have pizzazz?
Whenever Dave, block your ears.
Dave,
block your ears, Dave. Block your ears, Dave.
Fuck, am I five?
I'm about to say something about white people. You ready?
Whenever y'all talk about pizzazz and flashiness, you always have to allude it to be somewhere on the spectrum of the LGBTQ, if you know what I'm saying. Every time.
Problem.
No, it's not their problem.
That's his problem.
I don't
thing. I don't say that. If you do pizzazz, you do pizzazz.
I don't. Is that what you guys understood from pizzazz?
That's what I got from pizzazz. I was thinking
you gotta say pizzazz and add flashy to that. I don't like that, and that's why I said block your ears.
I feel like this is white profiling right
now.
What is that white profiling? I get to say that often.
White profiling.
Not white profiling.
When I say pizzazz, I'll say that you have some pizzazz if the word comes to the need of it, but frankly, who uses the term pizzazz anyways? How often do you see people with pizzazz? What?
Wrestlers.
Who did you say? Wait,
Mad people use the word pizzazz.
I've not heard the word pizzazz.
Wrestlers have pizzazz.
I've not heard this for like at least a year. This word.
I hear people talk about athletes in like figure skating and in like gymnastics and stuff, and they say pizzazz.
Why can't
That's
they just
where
say
I-
bright colors? Why does it have to be like slightly not? If not, well, it's not feminized, but you know what I mean. Like, come on. Figure skating is usually associated with what?
Women?
Not men. Thank you.
That's true. The predominant athletes in the sport are women. Yes.
So why do
But-
you have
But
to feminine or
Stoical
feminine? You know what I mean? Like,
But-
just
but-
say they're wearing bright colors.
but
that's
he's,
it.
he's just talking about the leotards, guys. You know what?
I wasn't going that far.
I went
Dan
there.
Soder. I'm going to tweet at Dan Soder and explain to him. I'm going to send him this clip where we talk about his statement, and I'm going to ask him, "Hey, man, when you say they're stuntmen in figure skating outfits, were you trying to imply a homoerotic undertone to the wrestling?"
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't think that's what he was.
Yeah, I
trying to say,
know, but
by all means.
I'm gonna pick at it. I see a little bit of a stab. I'm gonna pick at it.
So
Ready?
Dan, if you're looking at this, go to the episode "The Slight,"
yeah.
and
Yeah.
You made the list.
Did Dan Soder just make the list?
You
Dan
just-
Soder
no, I
made
think
the
you made
list.
the list.
You made the
If
list.
this isn't an example of the list, I'm nervous.
You made the list. He's right.
Hilarious. Shout out to Dan Soder. Shout outs to the folks over at Billions. Funny show. Season finale was kind of whack, but it's all good. Bring back another season, see something good.
Not.
By the way, Freddie Prinze Jr., there's rumors that he might start a wrestling promotion, like his own company.
Why?
With what money? Sorry, Freddie.
Yeah, I guess Scooby Doo money.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But like,
well, maybe.
Sarah Michelle Gellar's his wife, right? They're
Yeah.
Yeah,
still
they
married.
look. They have Buffy money. They have double Scooby Doo
Whoa,
money.
whoa. She has
Buffy money.
Yeah, listen.
that ain't
Yeah,
his money.
yeah. You know
He
what I
has-
meant. You know what I meant. They're a family. They
that
seem to be a
motherfucker
happy
has
family.
Star Wars Rebels money. He has Disney
Oh,
money.
true.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yes,
he did
Disney-
some
yeah,
Rebel
exactly.
stuff.
He has
Yeah,
Disney money.
he has Disney money.
Okay.
So they
Which one do you
could.
think is a bigger bag though? I would say
Disney.
Buffy's a bigger bag.
Disney.
I
Disney.
Then the Rebels, he only did.
Yeah,
Rebels.
because think about it. Buffy sure good because of what's it called, like
She
syndication
gets-
and royalty stocks, but
Yeah.
Whedon's name's going down. So Gurren Arc production is like you ain't gonna see that.
Okay.
But,
You know what I mean?
you're not the money that you made off of Buffy isn't now. It's developed all the way to now. You had fans that were created way before that, and like you have like
I would
like,
say
there's a
before the
pop-
Whedon, before Whedon was going down, I would have said the Buffy money was still.
How
bigger than-
often are you seeing Buffy at a convention?
like Buffy
her
stuff?
or the people from the show?
Her, just her.
Not her. No, she's
oh,
not.
her no, but she doesn't.
Anyone
she
from the
doesn't- she
show,
has
though.
so much money.
So then
in
she's
other
good.
ways.
People
Buffy's
from the
good, though.
show have been doing conventions.
Them niggas are
Yeah.
broke. That's why you always see Power Rangers at
Well,
conventions.
the guy, the
Power
the
Rangers
guy who
stay
played
at convention.
Xander got nothing, unfortunately.
Who got nothing?
Xander.
Like Xander, like he the like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're gonna think about it, because like you had Buffy, she did stuff, and then you had Willow, who like obviously she's
Yeah,
had
moved on.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Bro,
The guy who was Giles, I mean, he was his.
Oh yeah,
that
he
was like
a
the
popular
end. That was
British
the
actor,
end.
So he was.
Like,
yeah.
you know, yeah, like
Giles
that
was cool. The
I
other
just saw
guy
him
was
on
cool.
Bridgerton the other
And
day.
then you had
Like-
you had what's his name? The
yeah, he
Robot
plays
Chicken.
the dad, Sheffield.
Seth
Seth
no,
Green.
Seth Green,
Green.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have Seth Green, who obviously we know what happened. He's literally even the girl who played
He's the
Kadri,
voice
they did
on,
other stuff.
Charisma Carpenter did other stuff. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Xander is probably the only one, and that's mostly because Xander had an addiction issue.
Yeah.
Xander was useless in the show.
yeah.
He was fucking
Xander-
funny.
What are you
Well, at
talking
least for the
about?
first 2-3
Xander's
seasons.
role was to have a crush on a girl every week and for the bitch to reject him. What do you mean? He
It's
fell.
fucking funny.
He ended up getting with a friggin' demon in the end,
Yeah.
who
yeah.
basically just got with him so that she could stay.
I
being
met her.
Young. Anya's dope.
Tanya's dope.
and
But I
then-
met her. She does conventions because I've met her at the Montreal. Comic Con.
And just to give him something to do, they poked the nigga's eye out.
Yeah.
Fuck's wrong? Like
I
Xander
gave
sucks.
him an eye patch so that he
Yeah.
would look cool.
I missed that episode. And I came back at the season. I'm like, why does Xander have a patch for it? This is stupid. What? Nah, Xander sucked.
Oh,
Xander
Aw.
sucked, bro. Xander sucked so much that dude that was like not even Angel was a better character than him. Remember her like military boyfriend?
oh yeah.
Yeah. He was cooler than Xander.
Yeah.
That's right.
Xander. What a waste.
Xander sucked.
So the other thing that I wanted to bring up that is kind of crazy, and you guys are bigger gamers than me. I imagine you've heard this rumor. If not, prepare yourselves. Both Sony and Microsoft plan to introduce ads in game in the next year.
Nope.
That's fucking dumb.
What
Why am
do
I
you
buying
guys-
games? Why am I buying games?
What
I
do you
don't buy
guys
games
think
anyways,
the
no.
games would look like if you're going to start having ads in game?
The minute you get to a cool cutscene, it's gonna be like
Oh,
5-second ad. Yeah. Come on.
Commercials.
It's gonna show up at the
cutscene.
worst time all the
Loading
time.
screens is gonna be just pure ads. Yeah, bro. Of course.
But at that point, are they at least going to do us the courtesy that if I play the game offline, I don't have to have the ad?
No, they're gonna hit you somewhere. Because then nobody's gonna play online.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like honestly,
Would you guys stop playing online if
if
like,
that
if
was
you
the thing,
only-
I would if I was big, because I'm not really big on online games. I have a lot of like more personal games or games where like people come over, we play the game together type thing. That's more my style. But if I was someone who was playing online a lot, it would depend. It would depend on like how often it's annoying.
If I played you online, I'd throw all the slurs at you. I wouldn't even know. I would just be like, I don't know. I feel like
mean? What the fuck does that mean?
I feel like
You're a horrible person today. What
I
the
throw all
fuck
the
is your
slurs.
problem?
I'd
You're a horrible
I'd
person.
start off really, really nice and then invite you to my GTA 5 room where all my friends would gang up on you. That's why I don't play online.
Stop. And play.
I'm playing.
That's called just
Dave would
leaving
just
that
be
party.
like, and close.
That actually happened to me once.
Scent.
I don't have to take this. I'm going home.
That actually happened to me once. That's why I love that experience, because it was like my first time. I was testing a game at THQ RIP, and we were testing something online, and we got into this lobby and like immediately racial slurs. Like they heard, they heard my voice and just like, I was like,
Yeah.
But it was like intriguing.
Hard R's.
All day hard R's. But I wasn't even mad because we were testing UFC 3 and see like the stability of it, and like legit like kids got on. They're like, we're testing UFC 3, and I was like, oh, okay, I hope you guys have fun playing the game. They're like, aha, you stupid. I was like, whoa. I'm like, okay. Not even mad. So yeah, dude, that's just like, it's like
the world
it's a love
we
tap.
live in.
It's a love tap. That's all.
Love tap,
Yeah,
you
I don't
said.
know if I'd consider it love tap, but okay.
Your love tap and slights are a little too similar.
No.
Yo, that's wild. That's wild. It's love tap. Kids, view the right thing.
I didn't watch Moon Knight yet, so don't spoil that shit, or I can leave.
Oh.
I did. I
I could definitely leave.
I got halfway. I only got halfway through the episode.
You guys didn't finish the episode,
Bro, like
I had to go to work today. I had to drive. If I was like, I had
Oh,
to
you went
drive
into the
back.
office today?
Yeah, I couldn't. Usually Wednesdays I don't. That's
I was
the whole
talking
reason
at
why
the
I
top-
can watch it.
I was talking at the top of the show about how they're trying to they're asking us to come back in a month or so. And I remember telling my boss, because the team was at one point a couple weeks ago talking about what day would we all go back, because we might not have to go back every day. It would be like hybrid. And everyone was like Wednesday. And I was like, nope. Wednesday is the one day I am asking all of you, please do not make me go in. I have to get back home and do some stuff before I go live. Every week, I've been doing it for 5-6 years now. Don't make me try and change my schedule.
I'm dying at that because we just got a survey today, and they're like, I go in, 2 days a week, but then I'll stay home and whatever. So they're kind of like, I love this survey. They're all like, what functions are at the studio that are maximize the studio versus home? And you answer this long ass
they
survey,
asked us the same thing,
right? And then they go like, what incentives would you like that would make you want to work at the studio more? And I literally put $3 sign.
Big facts.
Big ass money, nigga.
Yeah,
That's what Fuck out of
You want
here,
me to come into the office 5 days a week when I have a better setup at home? Put them stacks on the table.
Fuck you
I'll
mean,
be
of course.
there. I'll be there.
That's
Put that
funny.
money out, baby. I'll be
You
there.
two are
Put
fucking
them
hilarious.
stacks out.
Yeah, baby.
Yes,
Fucking
when
gong
you
show over here.
call.
No, but come on.
I'll be
Excuse me,
there.
sir. What would
Stack
it take for us
them
to have you leave your comfortable ass home in which
Exactly.
you can sit there in boxers all ass day, take a long ass break outside on your balcony and surround yourself by toys? what would we need to do to get you to get up at 6 a.m.,
Exactly.
drive your black ass into work, struggle to find parking, and pay for that shit just to go home and sit in traffic for half an hour? Yeah, damn right, money. Fuck right.
I'm gonna take public transit again, and that's why I'm just like,
I'm gonna get into fights if I jump on that bitch again. Nah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't really have a choice because I'm not gonna drive because there's no parking around my office. And I'm not
your office is hard.
I'm
at least during the day.
Park in the building across the street like all the other people are doing because it's not worth it. I might as well buy it costs more than buying a bus pass.
I go in at 7 so that I can snag the parking in front just because I'm too broke to pay for the underground, bro. Like I'm not.
And then once again, it comes down to if you give me enough stacks and I can pay for the parking and I don't mind, I'll be there.
Look at even the gas at this rate with how gas is.
Jesus.
Look over your shoulder, honey, and pay me.
Yo. Anyway, I don't even want to get into gas prices. One thing I want to laugh about for gas prices: all the gas stations putting up their diesel prices instead of their gas.
Yo, word.
I was like, yo, that's disrespectful.
That's
you
dirty.
know,
That's
you
dirty.
know, you're lying. You know
you're lying.
Because when I'm driving down the road and I see $1.79 and everywhere else is $1.87, I'm like, what? And then I pull into your station and it's just like diesel. It's like, fuck you.
Nigga, ain't nobody buying diesel.
I know.
What do I'm using a lawnmower? Fuck. Like, come on, man.
Out of here with your people.
People have Teslas and you're asking for diesel here.
Yeah, True, right? 2022, electric cars all over. I don't think I drive. I haven't driven once in the past month and not seen an electric car in front of me at some point.
I've been seeing
whether it's
Teslas.
been Teslas, what's the 4xe, some electric Jeep that I saw the other day. I was like, what? They make an electric version of this now? All of y'all, every time I see that green license plate, I'm just like, another one?
Yeah, but them Teslas, some of them drivers drive like pussies because they don't know the of their car, right? And I know that if you push you down, if you push to like you'll literally be in Mach 5 by like so I get it, but at the same time learn how to drive before you get a Tesla.
That's true. That's one thing. The first time I got to drive a Tesla. Shout out to Emil, Jonathan Emil's friend. One time we went to meet up and his friend was just like, you want to drive it? And I was just like, yes.
Yes,
and he let me drive. He let me drive like a couple blocks. And it really is like you have to pay attention to the gauge for how fast you're going because the pedal means nothing. You don't feel it like you don't feel it like with a gas pedal. It's really the gauge telling me like you're going this fast right now. I'm like, okay, I guess, because I'm not feeling it. It just it feels like we're moving fast, but I can't tell. You don't feel it like the way combustion engines give you that.
That reassurance of
There's no resistance. It's literally slip and slide. Like
when I was looking for a car, that was the thing. When I tried the Honda and I tried the Toyota, both those cars on the highway had there was no like push. They were hybrid, not hybrids. They were the compact SUVs. And I hit the gas pedal on the highway to pass people, and it just felt like. And I was like, no. But then I got into the Mazda. And I remember the first time I put the foot down to pass a truck, and it went, and I was like, oh shit, you got that kick. You out here playing. You out here playing real. And we like, even my partner Michelle was just like, what the like? Cause I didn't know because all the other cars I tried that like those last 2 days didn't have the kick. So I expected the Mazda to do the same thing they all did, where I put my foot down to pass this car, and it would just go, meh, and I'll be like, "Come on now, like a horse, you want to like whip, like get the let's go." There's a truck.
I want a horse, not a donkey.
Right, exactly.
No, I feel you. Ravi can go, so I definitely got my car for.
That's the thing. I was driving the subcompacts. I wasn't driving the full-on SUV, so I feel like those engines, because the Dodge Caravan I used to drive when I was younger, that my parents had. That thing was a beast. That was a big vehicle, and it had the engine to go with it. And I imagine SUVs have similar engines to some of the family vans and stuff. Yeah.
What's it called? Just because we were talking about how popular the like Teslas and whatnot are becoming. So I won't name names. So there's a guy at work that I know, and he ended up getting his spouse ended up like buying him one and whatnot, and like I think it was made family or whatever. But so he ended up getting one, super happy, and like within the first like week to 2 weeks that he got it, not only does he like simply leaving work, hit another car, but it's like a Porsche, I believe.
Yeah, your shit.
And so like both cars were like immediately like not good, like really not good. Like there's work to have to be done because like Porsche's not like
they're light
bumper cars, like
they're like, the light frames.
Exactly.
So
right? Because like certain cars, like not like Hondas or whatever or bumper cars, but like you hit somebody, you kind of go out, you're like, it could, and it could not be as bad as it sounded. Like and for them
they have stronger frames.
Exactly. And for this, it's like, aluminum foil hitting like aluminum foil with like a rock inside the aluminum foil. You're like, so he told me, I was just like, that's what you get for getting a nice car, bro. Like, this is what happens. I was
Tesla hit a sports car.
A Porsche. I'm 100% sure it was a Porsche.
Oh,
that's imagine that.
Man. I would love to be the insurance company dealing with that though.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Anderson, your Tesla to repair is going to cost just like fucking throw out some wild ass number that's so big that you're like, burn the car. Just
burn the car.
Just burn the fuck. I don't care.
Give me any residual value of the worth of the car and just take it.
Toss that mother in the trunk, in the trash. I'm done. I'm not paying to repair this thing. Same thing with the Porsche. Real quick. Sorry, we were supposed to be going into View the Right Thing. So I guess we won't talk about Moon Knight, which is unfortunate. We can talk about the music from Moon Knight though, because that has been solid as fuck.
I could talk about the first 25 minutes of Moon Knight.
Yeah, you can talk about how his mom's definitely scarred his ass, but that's all
basically.
I mean, the ending is it's just
you can't do that. You can't do that.
No, really
I'm so close. I'm so
the
close.
ending is so important, but you know what?
Sorry.
I just feel bad because there are actual kids out there who have dealt with that experience where their parents are like, "It's your fault," and you're kind of like, "I ain't even." So it's like,
that was pretty crazy.
No,
if you guys haven't watched Moon Knight, there's a story in which something happens and Mark's mother blames him, and he's dealing with the emotional trauma of his mother being like, "It's your fault."
Not only does she blame him, she skips his birthday.
Yeah,
I thought
you said you didn't watch
Hold on. I have a good memory. Skips the birthday, and then the following year, my man comes downstairs with the wine, just to be like, "It's your fault, Sonny."
Yeah. It was brutal.
I love
watching that episode was just like, this is some heavy emotional trauma that we're going through.
Scarring, bro. You just feel all the scarring.
Good episode though. Great ending. Wonderful sign-off music. That music at the end, Sat Sat remix. Fire.
Whoever's picking his music, it's all like, wow, I could sample that, and you're like, remix. You're like, fuck. Every week it's a remix.
That track, I made a thing for my IG story. It was so good. I was like, nah, I gotta immortalize this one somehow. But yeah. I was gonna talk to you guys about Winning Time, the HBO show about the Showtime Lakers. If you guys haven't been watching it, I would say check it out. I'm not a big Lakers fan. To be honest, I've never been a Lakers fan. Even when it was the 90s, the Lakers were big when I was born. And then I remember in 88 when the Lakers won, because I was like 5, and I just remember it being a big deal. Everyone was talking about the Lakers. But then it was Jordan time, because Jordan showed up.
Jordan time.
Jordan showed up and said, "Hi, I'm the best player in the world. I'm going to show you what real
me.
Basketball is." And everyone else went, "Okay, I guess we're packing this up and letting this motherfucker run it for the next decade." And Jordan proceeded to win, 6 out of 10 years? And the only times he didn't win was his retirement.
Those 3. Yeah.
So, that was kind of crazy to watch the Showtime winning time. It's a lot about the story of Magic Johnson, how he started, what he did, who he was. And then a documentary that just came out on Apple TV about almost a week ago called They Call Me Magic, which was So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Probably not. No one's really been paying attention because I'm a weird nerd who checks this stuff out. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Jerry West, who are both part of the team in some fashion. Kareem on the court, Jerry in the office. When the Lakers had their Showtime era, have both said that they don't like their representation in Winning Time on HBO. Adam McKay, who's the creator of the show, has been saying for the longest time, hey man, it's a dramatic, it's like a reenactment. Like, we're not actually trying to tell the exact story. But it's hard to say that when you're like, imagine someone said, I'm making a dramatic version of Geektastic Cypher podcast, and then when in the dramatic version, they have Skinny doing drugs, and Dave's an alcoholic, and Brian's a womanizer, and we're all getting crazy, and off-air shots of us like hanging out at parties doing inappropriate things, and showing Jerry West being like super depressed, hiding in his, like, not even in his house, hiding in a shack in the back, and his wife is constantly trying to talk to him, and he's like throwing stuff, breaking his NBA trophy. Like, I could understand.
I don't like it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, maybe I don't want this representation of me, even if it is dramatic. Could we stop? So there've been a lot of that. The thing that I did find cool though is They Call Me Magic is the documentary that came out, like I was mentioning, a week ago. It's a whole thing about Magic Johnson. The first 2 episodes are about Magic when he started, and covers a lot of the stuff that Winning Time covers in the first episodes. And a lot of that stuff was pretty cool because it confirmed some of the stuff that Winning Time is doing, which I was just like, okay, so, Kareem and Jerry and all those guys who aren't happy about Winning Time, you can't also turn around and be a part of a documentary that literally confirms some of the stuff that we're seeing in the dramatic version.
But are they complaining about the stuff that actually does happen in the dramatic version, or
in the dramatic version? I think Jerry didn't like the representation of his depression, which again I very much understand, because they make Jerry look like a crazy hothead. Like, he's constantly like on the verge of crying. He hates, like, he has one NBA championship ring out of the 10 times he went, or 11 times he went, and he talks about he's just constantly really sad about it. And he's just like, and almost like, I don't think they're trying to show that he's suicidal, but they're showing like he's just not able to cope with it sometimes. And he has huge he lashes out like crazy in the show, constantly yelling at people, which, hey, maybe he did. But I mean, you can't, like, this, if someone has healed and moved past that perversion of themselves, to make a show about it that's a dramatic story retelling, and then constantly showing like, this is who you were, and you're sitting there like, bitch, I worked on this for 30 years. So why are you rehashing this shit?
That's you.
This is you. You were throwing trophies at people's heads, and it's like, fuck you. I'm living my best life now. Stop showing me like this.
Charlie Murphy, basically.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also great. His whole story. They have a whole episode about who he was before he joined the faith and became a Muslim, and talk about all that stuff where he starts playing under Abdul-Jabbar, and his story and his relationship with Magic Johnson in their first season, and a lot of great stuff. Really interesting. Right now, the show Winning Time is working up to the first championship that they win, and the documentary only covers that, I think, in the first and second episode. And that's about it, man. I would tell people to check it out. If you're a true Lakers fan, like I know some people out there are diehard Lakers fan their whole lives. Snoop has a tattoo of Lakers on his arm. I didn't even know he was that big of a fan. I knew he liked the Lakers. I just didn't know he had tattoos and stuff. But if you're one of those fans, like diehard to the end of days, Lakers, Kobe, LeBron, every version of the team is your team. Win, lose, doesn't matter. I would say watch Winning Time, because it shows you legit the beginning of the dynasty when Bus put the money into it and made it what it was and turned it over. And it's cool. Yeah. Check it out.
Sir. I got to check out what's it called? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So that's
a Nick Cage thing.
That's the Nick Cage movie.
I was wondering what that was.
So I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to try not to spoil it much, because, mind you, it being a Nick Cage movie, there's not much story to be told with it. That's why I can't talk about it too much. But what I'll say before talking about it is that this movie is literally obviously made for all those people who just love Nick Cage and how over the top he can be, and for the sometimes good acting he can do. Because like, it really, so the movie, when the commercials are shown, it makes it look like it's just like him like hating his life, which obviously that is a part of it. The beginning of the movie is just him like, coming to the realization that he needs like this next big hit type thing because his career has been stale and whatnot. And I'm like really surprised.
And Pedro's playing like a super fan, right?
Well, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So the first part of the movie is that, and like sometimes you're like, it's getting you a bit because like they're showing his egotistical narcissistic side, right? And he's acting and like, so either A, he's just showing his real self, or he's more likely than not leaning into all the urban legends about himself. That's what I think this is probably a lot of it it's about. And you're just kind of wondering sometimes during these moments, like, are some of these moments that he's having with his family actual real things, or just like small things that maybe happened to him that they moved past, but they did deal with this, but he's just like, let's just full cage this shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Full cage.
It's just like, his like example, like at one point,
full cage.
When but it's true though, because I forget who said it in what interview, but or whatnot, but when someone was being interviewed about Nick Cage being in like the Spider-Verse movie and how he was getting some direction, and at one point in time they hand him notes and he looks at them, he's like, oh, you want me to go full cage? He says it to them, and that is a perfect example of this movie. It's how like the beginnings, like you have like these little moments where he's just like, this is probably things that happened in my life that are these small stories, but let's full cage them and like outdo them completely. And then what happens is that there's a subplot where you see someone get kidnapped at the beginning. And at first you think it's one of his movies that he's on, but you eventually figure out that that's not a thing. It's just someone's actually kidnapped.
Oh shit. God. Okay.
Then you see Pedro Pascal, which he is in fact a super fan who invites Nick Cage to come to a party and ultimately tried to sell him on his his script to Nick Cage.
Okay.
This then, and this is where we're going to say a bit of spoilers right now. You find out that Pedro Pascal is somehow connected to the cartels.
Oh God.
And Nick Cage, in going there, I'll just say this: police are observing him, and there is confrontations. And all I'm going to say is the second he gets on that island, it's like full cage the rest of the movie. Like, it's so good. And like I'm just sitting there. There was times that because my girlfriend, she came with me, my partner came with me, and she's like, she was laughing. But like, as someone who, like, example, I love The Rock, I love Con Air and Face Off. As much as I love laughing at him in all these other bad movies that he's done over time and whatnot. So there are times he's doing things and I was like falling in my seat, dying of laughter. And then like, just when you think like, okay, because in the movie, like, you have to remember, there's times that you're watching the movie and you're like, okay, it's a character, but then they turn to him and say Nick Cage. You're like, no, it's supposed to be Nick Cage. And then like it just makes no sense about everything that's happening. And then he just full cages himself out of the scenario. Like, these over exaggerations are just
Mike Cage just said Nick Cage is memeing himself
the whole time.
And all I could think of is like, oh God, I hope as long as he doesn't go as bad as Drake.
All the references to the blatant references to his movies are hilarious, but like the blatant references to like clearly some things that people have said urban legends about him are there, and you're dying. And like one thing
are there shots like homage shots where it's like him getting out with the like twin guns? Yes. Okay.
Do you want some?
That. No. Dude. I just want to know because I love those things from the old Nick Cage.
All I'm going to say is remember,
they're so cheesy.
Pedro Pascal is a super fan. He's visiting his home.
Okay.
You're a super fan of Transformers.
Yeah.
Brian. Yeah. That's my hint to you. Think about it.
Oh, that's weird.
Dude. There's things that happen in this movie that I was dying.
I am totally down for this.
I was like, this is great. This is, let me put it this way. For what it was advertised as, because it was very blatant what it was advertised as.
Yeah.
You got that in a bag of chips. Like, I swear.
This guy said a bag of chips.
I don't care. That's how
That's
It
funny.
was
No,
My
I'm
buddy's-
with
the
you.
word? It was.
my buddy's
what
been
was
telling
the
me
word
to-
before? What was the word before?
Performance
we-
art?
Yeah, which word?
Yeah, which word?
But real
what-
quick,
the
did you
mo-
did you see the movie Pig? Because my buddy tells me Pig is one of his best performances with him being serious. Like,
I did
like,
not
this
see
is-
Pig.
okay, because
Unfortunately,
I
did
need
not.
to see Pig. My buddy keeps telling me, like, if you want to see Nick, and I feel like this duology of Nick Cage being Nick Cage and Nick Cage being a real actor, I want to almost watch those movies back to back.
Yeah, but he was. What was that word that you said before? That was always a certain way. That's the word I was trying to say before. Skinny.
Mhm.
You're saying this word is always associated with the LGBT community.
Oh, pizzazz.
Pizzazz.
He pizzazzed the shit out of this.
God damn it!
Okay, that was worth it. I was like, Dave, move on. And then you're
I
like,
don't care.
no, it was worth it. It was worth it.
No,
Pizzazz
that
the
was-
shit out of it.
That was a
That
nice
has to
dunk.
be the title. Pizzazz the shit out of it is great.
That was a good dunk.
And I rest my case. What did you watch this week, Skinny?
Can we make the picture of that guy who doing that dunk from last night, but it's Dave's face? Would that be the art? That
So
should be
funny.
the art. What did I watch?
Yeah, what'd you
Oh,
check out?
shit.
Or music.
More music, yeah.
Even
Well, no, because I did watch something, but I'm trying to remember. Like, all right, it's a mix of I realized that the Wonder Years was still on because I
yeah.
So I
I'm
thought
a-
it might
I'm
have
a-
canceled it, and I came back. I'm like episode 20. The fuck, and
I'm
then
a good couple episodes behind. Yeah.
and then I've also been catching up on Young Rock season 2,
Yeah.
which
okay.
they started season 2 with a Christmas episode.
Yeah. It's
so
a
weird.
It's like the Brits, because the Brits do that. But
They do.
well, the Brits do this thing where their seasons, well, you guys know the series are only like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So they do 6 episodes, and then at Christmas, there's almost always a Christmas special. And then the Christmas special is usually this bridge between the X
First
season and the next
second
season.
and they bring
So-
it to, oh, that's smart.
So sometimes when you look up shows, the Christmas special is tacked on at the end of as a season special, or it's the first episode of a new season.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Both shows are good. Young Rock is
I know.
so
It's been good.
so meta and so good. The writing is amazing. Very well done.
I like the
That's what I'll
stuff
say.
where he plays in the CFL.
The CFL shit is amazing.
Oh
liked
my God.
All that. All the CFL stuff is good. Him coming back and like Roman Reigns being there
Yes, as a kid.
as a kid. And
Yeah,
you're
that
like,
was good.
That's Joe. He's all, and then all the basically everything I'm paying attention to is just the AKAs.
Yes.
So downtown, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about? Harvey Whippleman.
Okay.
Downtown Brown, the guy who basically like was in the hotel with The Rock when he was like kind of staying.
Oh
like-
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my boys know him, and that's
Yeah.
how Harvey Whippleman is actually cool with. Not even okay. It was like Yannick and he's cool with Yannick and Jamal, but also their kind of ex-friend Lance. He's cooler with him. But essentially, the reason why I got to go to all these free pay-per-views and get Wild Easy Seats is because one of them met Harvey Whippleman, which is basically the dude that was with The Rock all of those times and would talk all that shit and make sure that tell people that The Rock is his like bodyguard and such on Jerry Lawler's show. And so I'm just trying to figure out if that's actually how he is, because like such a wild character. Great show. Season 2 starts off great. The Wonder Years, from where I picked up, still great.
Okay.
Again,
The last thing I saw, I didn't see the episode, but I saw a post where they were saying that the brother comes back from the war and is
Yes.
now like married to like an older woman with a kid.
okay, see, I didn't get that far. I just saw the
Okay.
Christmas episode where he came back to visit and he felt like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I have no place in this world. I'm going
Oh.
back to the war.
Yeah.
And you're like, "No, Nick, what?
That was rough. That
You're
was
like, my
cool.
G.
That was a rough episode.
Like,
Yeah.
my G, you just survived and you just gonna go right back. He's like, I got nothing here. I'm over there. Bad. And you're like, all right, well, yeah. So
I like the Wonder Years.
Wonder Years is cool.
I think it's solid. And it's one of those shows that I'm hoping doesn't get canceled. Because there's a lot of cancellations. Actually, you know what? Let's go into Geek News and Rumors right now, because I feel like this applies directly. Unless you guys had other shows you wanted to talk about.
I'm good.
No, I'm cool.
Let's hit it. Geek news and rumors. I feel like we're gonna have enough time. Oh, my bad, y'all. We're gonna have enough time to talk about a few things. Oh, is that your fire alarm? Oh, okay, cool. I thought it was my thing playing.
Okay,
And
that's
it's
normal.
like, no, Dave's house is on fire, folks.
Yeah,
so
you
we're
might
just
want to
gonna
go
let
check
him-
that out.
No,
No,
it's my oven. It always does that, no matter what, no matter how clean it is.
You
So
can
safe.
tell. You can tell he hasn't been in a building on fire. That he's just like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As someone who jumped from a balcony as a 5-year-old because the building he was in was on fire, trust me.
Oh no!
Sometimes you just want to check, Dave. Just
I'm
tell
not,
me.
I'm
Sometimes you
not,
just
I'm not
wanna
trying
check.
to bring up trauma, bro. Like that's not what this is
Oh,
supposed
dude.
to be
Oh,
about.
no. I'm not saying that you're not caring. I'm just saying, just check. You never know. Just
She's there. I would have heard a
Oh,
scream. if it
someone's
was-
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Would have
You know,
heard
there's
a
there's a
scream.
cause to the fire.
Are you sure?
And I know what it
You
is.
sure you would have heard a scream? You sure?
I hope.
I hope.
If not,
This
it
this
is what
gonna
it
take
is.
a very dark turn.
This is where we're
We're
going.
like doing a podcast. All of a sudden, Dave, it's like one of those movies where you just like see something like crawling across the back. You're like, "What's on the back?" Oh, that's
Yo,
fire
what
on
was
the
that?
wall.
Yeah, what was that internet
Knock on
movie?
wood, obviously.
Yeah, I'm
We are
knocking
just
on wood.
playing knock on wood, big knock on wood. Everyone knock on wood at home.
Y'all
Yeah.
making me
Um,
paranoid.
if you're listening to this days later, knock on wood right now. That's what you're supposed to do. Knock on wood. Speaking of cancellations, fuck Netflix.
Wow.
Okay, Netflix,
Wow.
y'all need to stop. I want to point out to people because people have been seeing me post about Netflix for a minute now, getting mad at them. And it continues because I've been saying for a minute Netflix's whole business model of signing on shows to cancel them after 1 or 2 seasons is getting out of hand. The other day, I went onto the web. They canceled Raising Dion, the kid show with Michael B. Jordan as the producer.
I didn't even get to watch the second season. We worked on that shit. So what do you mean they canceled Raising
They
Dion?
canceled the show. They canceled Raising Dion after season 2. I went onto the show.
Did they leave that shit on a cliffhanger?
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it myself yet.
Yo, Netflix, stop being the new Fox. Stop it.
Exactly.
Not
Stop
cool.
Yo,
it.
okay, we're gonna go to the site right now. So there's a site that some people know. I imagine most of you know it.
Is it what Netflix
It's
canceled?
Is My Show Canceled?
Oh, flick! It's actually a real site. Wow, hold on.
Yeah, I go to this show all the time. This
Is
site all
My
the
Show
time because I like to review
Wow.
what's been canceled. So
This
let's
is
take a
real
look.
show.
Let's take a look, and I'm gonna pick specifically just Netflix for cancellations.
Can you do
okay.
cancellations 2021?
Oh
and
no! The last OG was
gonna-
canceled.
Yeah, it was.
Man, fuck TBS.
But
Like,
you know what? TBS and TNT are having some issues because Warner Brothers doesn't want them to do scripted content anymore. That just
because they
got
merged with Discovery, I hear.
right.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
gonna face some issues with scripted content.
They don't want scripted content anymore. It's TBS.
But
That's
they're
like
TBS and TNT scripted
Yeah.
content. That I don't know why, but that's what they were saying.
that's dumb.
Okay, let's just take a quick look. So these are all the shows that were canceled by Netflix, from the newest shows to the oldest shows.
Damn.
So Netflix has
bro.
canceled Archive 81, 1 season. Cowboy Bebop, 1 season.
One season.
Pretty Smart, 1 season. On the Verge, 1 season. Hit and Run, 1 season. I mean, Cooking with Paris, we really didn't really need, but 1 season. Jupiter's Legacy, 1 season.
With
Jazz
purpose.
Stop Embarrassing Me, 1 season. The Irregulars, 1 season.
Jesus.
Country
Babysitters
Comfort,
Club too. Fuck.
yeah,
Sorry.
Babysitters Club got canceled. Country Comfort, I think they got 2 seasons. I'm not 100% sure.
That still falls within what you were saying before.
Yeah. Zero Chill, The Crew, Dash and Lily, Grand Army, Social Distance, all 1
Grand
season.
Army. Grand
Two
Army too.
Sneakerheads.
Wow.
Yep.
The Duchess.
Sneakerheads canceled. The Duchess, a British show that they were doing with another.
No, yeah, with the comedian, yeah, which is
Yeah.
actually good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Canceled. Julie and the Phantoms, 1 season. Kids dramedy canceled. Hoops, animated
Hoopster.
show canceled. Teenage Bounty Hunters, which I think because Kadeem from A Different World is on it, and someone in the chat had once said that they were really excited about that show. But
Grand
canceled.
Army was fucked up. Did they get rid of the? What about the ballet show or the dance show? You know the one? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where the kids were having like wild, rampant sex, but they would all be at a dance school and it's nuts. Hold on,
I don't
Gotta find
remember.
that shit.
Cursed.
Go on.
Cursed, Babysitters, White Lines, Black as Fuck, the big show, Eliza Schlesinger's stand-up show or sketch comedy show, all canceled. And this is just in the last 2 years. These are
Wow.
all their canceled shows. over and over and over. And notice, none of these shows ran for more than a year. If you guys are noticing the years, that's where it tells you how many years a show has been on air. Every single one of them is 1 year. Raising Dion is the only show that says years 2019 to 2022. Every other show here all said 1 year. Now we're finally now we're finally getting into the older shows like Another Life, Mr. Iglesias, all those shows. But notice again, Awake, the $1 Million Game, one year. So I'm gonna say it because I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. Netflix's stock, and I mean I don't usually pay attention to stocks, but this one was rough. In October of 2021, Netflix's stock was worth $700.99. As of today at closing, they had dropped below $190.
Wow.
In 6 months, they went from $700 to $188 per share. So if you bought stock for Netflix when it was relatively low, and in October had it at $700 per share, and you had X amount of shares, you were rolling in it, and then you lost all that value, almost $600. Let's say $500. You lost $500 in 6 months. And it's and
yeah, but if you were investing in if I was someone investing in Netflix,
yeah,
I wouldn't have even kept my shares until October. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest.
They were doing well in 2020 because everyone was at home. They
may have, but with the concept of like all the other players getting in,
yes,
and all the things that we were hearing the last few months,
you probably would have bailed out before they launched.
If anything, it would be like, you know, if you like even heard like they might consider doing different pay scales for people, I'd be like, right, like, you know,
yeah,
they did a few moves that if I had heard it as an investor, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have restrictive passwords?
Yeah. So they're planning to add an ad tier where people can watch with ads so that they can try and pull in some extra money. I don't know that ad tier is going to help people.
That won't save you, bro.
Like I'm not going to be out here binge watching shows and have to watch ads. Can you imagine like Netflix created the binge watch feeling, like, right? And then you did that and it worked because there's no ads. Like I like when I watch on Prime and Prime has ads in between their shows, I get fucking mad.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And that's in between your own shows on your platform, and you're advertising other shows you want me to watch. It's not even like a bad thing. It's not like you're advertising Scope mouthwash to me. You're advertising, hey man, you like this show you're watching? We have these 2 other shows that are very similar you might like. No, bitch, I don't want to watch the other shows. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm watching this one. Keep giving me the damn show. Next, skip over these damn ads. Netflix is going to start doing the same crap.
Remember when we had to watch TV on TV channels and there was commercials all the time?
Bro, I do that now, and I actually rather it.
How dare you? What, you still prefer it?
Yeah, I don't mind the commercial. Like, I watch Atlanta every Thursday live.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I don't mind it. I like it.
I don't mind it sometimes when you, like, I need a break, and it comes when you need a break. But, like, if I'm binging, I would not want to.
Yeah, if I'm binging a show, I do not want commercials in the show.
I don't even love binging like that no more. Like, I don't even. Yeah, wow, fair. Punky Brewster got canceled already.
Punky Brewster got canceled. Punky Brewster got canceled the second, like the before the last episode, I think.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude, they canceled everything.
Punky Brewster, bro.
Punky Brewster is Peacock, by the way, not Netflix. But
yeah, but like I remember obviously it was peak pandemic. We were watching a lot.
Yeah.
W Network and SVU.
Oh,
so
yes.
They would show like what's the show where the girl is way too pretty to be the detective chick. You know what I'm talking about?
Veronica Mars.
Not Veronica Mars.
That was a good guess,
Nancy Drew. The Nancy Drew show. First of all, Nancy Drew's way too pretty. Stop it. You're not going to be out here solving mysteries looking like that. But
wait, are you talking about the redhead?
Yes. Yes.
I don't find her pretty at all, but okay.
Well, maybe I haven't looked long enough. But I'm just like, you're way too, I don't know. But anyways.
I found the brunette.
Not as a
the,
kid, he doesn't look
brunette
long.
looking girl. I like her
looking
more. But
long.
okay, that's fair. Go ahead.
So,
sorry, my bad.
so they'd always advertise. They'd be like, they would show Nancy Drew and they'd show Punky Brewster premiering, Punky Brewster premiering, Punky Brewster premiering. They would not let off the gas of Punky Brewster premiering. Finally premieres, and you see mad commercials of Punky Brewster, and nothing. And I'm like, I wonder what the fuck happened to Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster got canceled like that.
Yeah, if you guys,
nice.
If you guys are looking for like to find out what happened to your favorite shows, Is My Show Canceled is one of my favorite websites because, and I just put it in the comments here so you guys can click on it. It's one of my favorites. Check it out. You'll find out all your shows, and you can find out news about why your show got canceled. It's in the background. And on top of that, it's not even just cancellations. They also have news about why shows got renewed and stuff like that, which is pretty fun.
For the Netflix comments of why it was canceled, we never wanted you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But I meant all this to say, at the end of the day, when it comes to what Netflix is doing, their business model is based solely on trying to make shows that are internationally influential. They want Bird Box for everything, and they're not going to get it. And until they, and I know Bird Box was just a film, but until they get that kind of social media explosion where everyone freaks out and is talking about it ad nauseum, they're just going to keep putting out shows, canceling shows, putting out shows, canceling shows. And I think it really sucks. I really do, because it really hurts the creative process. Like if I was a producer or if I was a show, like I wanted to pitch a show, I would never go to Netflix now. Never.
Wait, it's Kevin James. That was the crew, man. They're just
that show sucked though.
What? Yeah, I mean, yes, but yeah.
But the problem with Netflix, it's just like you have to believe in your product to a certain degree. Like sometimes season one isn't necessarily the season that like you need to world build. That's the whole point. Like because even with what you said before, they did get a Bird Box recently. It was the Adam Project.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they get good movies out.
Yeah,
but you can't apply the same logic to a movie expectation that you can to a TV.
What I mean with Bird Box, and I guess you're right, they did get a successful film. But what I meant with Bird Box was the impressions on social media. Like you haven't seen, like you guys remember when Bird Box came out, people were obsessed. It was all over social media, and much like Skinny says all the time, whenever anything's that popular, I don't even want to watch it. It got to the point where I didn't want to watch Bird Box. Like I was just like, this is too much. You guys are overdoing it. There's no way the film is anywhere near as good as the attention it's getting. And then the funny part was it wasn't good. It wasn't a good movie. Like Bird Box is not a good film. It just exists. No. And it's the weird thing of like, you guys just wanted to make this. It's like, okay, that by all means. And that's the thing that sucks, that they just keep doing this one and done. And as a model, the one and done thing I really feel like it's disrespectful to the fans. Bonding, another show that did relatively well for them, canceled. Turn Up Charlie with Idris Elba, canceled.
Why did they cancel Turn Up Charlie? Don't even get me that show.
If you guys haven't noticed, they also cancel all their talk show stuff. Hassan Minaj's show, Michelle Wolf's show, all of those got canceled. So it's they're not.
It's like a drinking game now.
Yeah.
Hey, let's watch the show and then see if it's canceled.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I was telling a buddy of mine, I almost wish we could create a website that lists all the Netflix shows, and you could just bet on the next one to get canceled. Because they're gonna cancel.
Edit that out because that's a Bueller annoying.
I know. But you know what? If you're watching this show or listening to this right now on April 27th, 2022, Netflix will cancel at least 2 more shows before that you like.
Don't even say just that are just they will cancel 2 more shows that
you like. Whoever's you are, 2 shows you like on Netflix will be canceled by March 27th. 1 month.
You know what? I don't want to like jinx them or anything, but you know one show that I was surprised that didn't get canceled?
You're gonna jinx them right now. Go ahead, jinx them.
Umbrella Academy.
Oh, that shit's out of here.
They waited so long between seasons. I was like, and now I feel like they can't.
Oh no, they're gonna. You know what? I'll call it. I'm gonna call it after this season. Umbrella Academy, the next one that comes out, if it doesn't do numbers like they're hoping, canceled.
Oh, neckbeards aren't gonna put up with all that craziness that homegirl's doing, homeboy, you know what I mean? So yeah they're cutting that shit out. Home person.
But it's gonna be canceled. It's gonna be canceled. and that's the problem. Again, this one and done or this not supporting shows, and like you said, they don't give anything a chance. They've stopped trying, and that sucks.
Netflix is the Vince McMahon of streaming services.
Oh shit!
Damn.
I can't even comment because I don't know much about Vince, but
You know what I'm talking about.
he keeps booting people.
He's like toys, like in a sandbox.
Yeah, that's fair. What do we got? Warner Brothers reveals its plans for a sequel for The Batman at CinemaCon. CinemaCon is happening right now in Vegas. That's not even really an announcement.
Can I quickly comment because I finally saw it?
Oh, go.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all weren't kidding about the mistakes he made. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You mean like Batman as like because he's new?
Batman makes
Like
mistakes.
my nigga
yeah.
Duck. Oh my god. We watched it in 2 parts and I thought it was great. Second of all, I mentioned this in the group chat, but so like that one slight of just not being able to know in proper Spanish caused an entire highway of injuries and a bunch of shit. Mind you, Cobblepot really pushed it to the edge to have shit start blowing up.
Yeah.
But you did not need to be chasing after that man for him to be telling you, hey yo, they mean la rata, el rata, you idiots.
Yeah.
Get a dictionary, you idiot.
Dictionary.
That was
Fuck
funny.
are you blowing gas like that for? It's a total like, what are you doing? What are you doing? My goodness.
Like, yeah, when he was like tied up and he's like, what is this show? Like, you think it was like making fun of them. Like,
yeah, he's like, are you guys, are you serious? Like,
Yeah,
Penguin's
that was
like,
such a
wait,
good
you
scene.
guys are detectives here and I'm gonna, it's
Yeah.
La Gata, you stupid. Can I go now? Oh, you're embarrassed, so you're gonna leave me here. Ah, okay. I see how it is.
Did you
Oh.
guys see that someone remade the trailer for the Batman with Adam West and
No.
used all the 66 characters? So the Riddler's the 66 Riddler, the Penguin's the 66
Oh my god,
Penguin.
I want that.
The
I
only
wanna
one they
see
didn't
that.
replace was Catwoman because, I mean,
Yeah.
they don't have enough shots probably to replace Catwoman in the trailer. But it was funny. It was pretty funny.
Good movie. Don't like the Riddler. That was all.
That's fair. I mean, he's and okay.
Because he creeped you out, or because he did a good job and you don't like him, or you didn't like his performance?
Because I liked his performance, but then after hearing what he said about his performance, I'm just like, my G, this wasn't that creepy. Relax.
Exactly.
How are you getting shivers and night terrors over this shit? And you literally played a slave owner and didn't flinch? You can go down.
Yes.
I'm out.
Sorry,
I'm
Paul.
okay.
This is what everyone said. Mr. Dono, you slept nice and comfortably after playing a slave owner, but playing the Riddler is what really pushed you over the edge. Sure.
Oogie
buddy.
boogie.
Yeah.
Oogie boogie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe it's because he knows that he's not a racist, but he's wondering if he's a murderer.
Only the white boy would come out with something that dark.
That's the only thing.
He's not a racist, but he's probably a murderer deep down inside. That is essentially what you just said. And I'm not mad at that statement.
Well,
It's just
if it made him
came to it-
uncomfortable compared to
Dave,
the other,
you came to it very quickly, is all I'm saying.
very quickly. How much have we talked about this topic?
Also, Alfred, don't open my mail, my G. What's he opening my mail for? Literally says and he's all like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and use a knife cutter." Like, yeah, stop. Also, the phone's ringing. Answer the phone.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he can't because it happened hours ago. But
Yeah,
Gotti, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
he literally. First of all, when I saw the trailer and I saw him driving and him being like, I never thought that part was for that part. No one calls from their car that aggressive, being like, "Pick up the phone."
Yeah.
No,
Alfred.
no one does that.
Yeah.
Idiot.
So would you recommend the Batman?
Oh yeah, it's not the best Batman movie ever, but yeah.
There. Okay, that's all I was saying.
Does it make your top 3?
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, what were we really going up against?
All the
The
Batman,
Nolan
all the live action Batman movies.
Yeah,
but
the
they-
Nolan stuff.
Yeah, but like the top 3 is the Nolan stuff, so this might bump.
Okay, so that because like example, my top 3 would be Dark Knight. Then it
Yeah.
was a tie between this and Keaton's Batman because I find that all of them set a precedent. That's why I said the last time. So
Yeah.
you don't want my opinion on Keaton's Batman, so I'm just gonna leave it as
that's
yes.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bad Bunny tapped to play El Muerto for Sony Pictures, the Spider-Man villain. No one knows why. No one knows why.
He's going for the trifecta. He got to be a rapper. He got to be a wrestler. He wants to be an actor.
Oh, has he wrestled?
Yep. And he actually did a good job.
Oh my god. Okay.
He can actually wrestle, but El Muerto is nobody. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
He's been in 2 issues, literally 2 issues.
He's gonna fight what's his name? Craven.
I thought he was getting his own movie though. Is that not
Oh, I hope not.
that was my understanding of that article. That he was going to be playing El Muerto for Sony Pictures. CinemaCon 2022, the film about the luchador character will open in theaters January 12th, 2024. Yeah, the movie's about him.
I don't want to be mean, but was there ever even an El Muerto comic book?
No, he was in 2 issues of Spider-Man.
Yeah, guys.
Okay.
The character appeared in
Well, at least he gets to set the bar really low, so no matter what, it's gonna
The character appeared in a Spider-Man comic in which a luchador wrestler attended a charity event organized by J. Jonah Jameson, in which he hoped that El Muerto would defeat Spider-Man and unmask him in the ring. El Muerto is part of a series of films based on Marvel characters that Sony is developing with varying degrees of connection to the main Spider-Man universe. While this spring's Morbius posted tepid box office numbers with 69 million domestic and 156 worldwide, Sony is moving forward with films based on Spidey villains Kraven the Hunter and Spidey's ally, Madam Web. Both are set to a release in 2023.
You guys gonna burn this shit down, huh?
Yep. Speaking of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse, Sony teases 6 universes and 240 characters will be part of what they're building. They also announced the name of the 3rd film in the franchise, Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Jumping the shark? Yes.
Yes, big time.
Oh my god, you guys Fonzie the hell out of this.
All their eggs in one basket. Now, listen. Could they do these 3 films well? Yes. Did you need to announce all this other stuff? No. That's where I'm worried. Because I really think the Miles Morales trilogy could be solid. The first film is really good. We all know Into the Spider-Verse was fantastic. Across the Spider-Verse, where you're going to introduce Miguel 2099, you're going to have Spider-Gwen come back, and all those other Spider characters, I think could be really cool. Beyond the Spider-Verse, I don't know where you're going to go with that, but maybe that like vampiric family that was hunting the spiders, I don't know, because they're like I feel like they're the only ones you could maybe bring in to do a Beyond the Spider-Verse, because it's kind of
or Secret Wars type scenario.
Yeah, but you don't have the characters. They don't have the rights to any of the other characters.
but like example in the 90s cartoon, he did Secret Wars, but there was also a part of Secret Wars where it was all different versions of Spider-Man.
Right.
In it. So like he can they might be doing that.
That was actually just Tim doing the Spider-Verse, and they were going after Spider Carnage. And then at the end of it, she was like, let's go find Mary Jane. That was actually but that was kind of shit.
But they'll just do a better job.
Yeah.
When the bar is low like Bunny character, you're going to make it good, because you could only go up. When the bar is at the floor,
why are we dissing Bad Bunny? This has nothing to do with Bad Bunny.
I'm not.
I'll diss Bad Bunny. I don't think it's a good idea for them to do this character.
I don't think it's a smart business decision.
It's not a smart business decision, but they're trying to appeal to Latin Americans.
That's fine. Doesn't mean that it's got to be a good business.
Miles Morales is Afro, but like he's Afro Latino.
Them niggas don't want to share.
And then
they want their own.
But then Miguel 2099 is Latin American. Like they have the characters. Make a live action version with characters that actually have fucking comics. You're gonna use a guy that's been in 2 issues that
they don't want to get like knowing Feige. They're probably like, you can do whatever you want with Spider-Man. Don't touch him.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
you can't let them burn it all down.
Yeah.
We got Miles, we got Miguel, we got who's Scarlet Spider? Who's the next one with the scarred up face? Who's crazy? You know what I'm talking about? Kane.
Oh yes.
We got Kane, we got Ben, we got Miles, we got Miguel. Y'all do what you want, and try not to burn it down. And you can screw up Spider-Gwen because we got the real life actors anyways.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye.
Bye.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Sony Animation. I feel like someone over there is like, okay, we can do this. Let's just ignore what the live action people are doing.
Look at the last company that announced every planned movie that they had coming down the pipeline and see how many of those movies actually came out. We're still waiting on Flash 2014.
Yo, we're not bringing they into this conversation.
Okay,
right?
we won't. I'm just saying Sony's trying to pull a move like they did.
Warner Brothers reveals the plan for actually before I go to that, Venom 3 and Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel in the works at Sony. So like we were saying, Sony stay making weird decisions. I guess we could have expected Venom 3 all along. Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was kind of a perfect bow on the Ghostbusters franchise, and then to do another one. I know you said they were setting up, Dave. I know. You did say that.
But it depends if they decide to do a sequel that's based off of what the ending was, which means you do not include Paul Rudd and that whole family, and you just start a new franchise of Ghostbuster.
Yeah,
it's a smart way. But the thing is, they have to go forward. They can't hold on to anything in the past now. They have to, with the exception of Winston.
Yeah, okay. I am down with what you're saying.
In 2022, ain't nobody caring about grown ass man busting ghosts.
That too.
We'll see.
But I'll give it a chance. I see what Dave is saying. I also agree with what you're saying, Skinny, in the sense that the nostalgia factor that would bring people to the theater is the one thing Dave is saying they need to cut and move forward from. So let's see what they do, because they do need to move forward. If you're going to try and introduce a new age of the franchise, you do have to leave the others behind. It's done. They've done their part.
I got it. Here's what they do. They make this movie. Oh man, this would be super nuts. They make this movie the Sunbow Ghostbusters with the two guys and the giant ape.
Oh God, no! Why?
Like you legit. This is what you do. You have listen. Winston's down on his time. Winston's super down on his luck. He sells the car for like dumb cheap. He sells the whole like firehouse, everything. Janine gone, blah blah blah. These three idiots move in, played by Andy Samberg, Seth Rogen, and some jackass in an ape suit. And literally, you have them do
the Rock in an ape suit,
bong, and you have them do the "Let's go Ghostbusters," and they're just like legit bum. But the thing is, throughout the movie, they turn around and get sued by the real Ghostbusters, like happened in real life. That's your movie. Give me money.
Oh fuck, Skinny. You know
that's good, right?
I wasn't with you until the ending with the suing and actual like. That's
so
like
while they're being sued for their name by the real Ghostbusters, some shit goes down where they actually have to save whatever city, small town they're in. Bong. There you go. That's your Ghostbusters.
I'm actually annoyed but not mad at that.
Because that other cartoon was shit, but they caused a whole bunch. So I mean, there you go.
I was just scared that they were gonna try and do like Ghostbusters Extreme.
Oh, you.
Was that other one?
With the kid, no offense to kids in a wheelchair, but if you're in a wheelchair, you're not fighting ghosts.
Yeah.
What, like where you put in a trap at the side?
You're an easy target.
Yeah.
No offense to that I don't even need.
Like that. If anything, it's just like you're not in a safe situation. That's this.
Never.
Like. We're not trying to be disrespectful, but
no,
you being in the wheelchair, it's the
same. That's like going on a boat without if you don't know how to
life
swim, you don't go with a life jacket. Like what the hell's going wrong with you?
Yeah,
guys, you gotta run. Somebody gotta grab Miguel. No.
Unless it's like one of those fancy, like Professor X type wheelchairs.
Yeah, that was the only thing I was thinking. I was just like, if it's like one of those ones that has like rockets on it or something, I'll be like,
no, it was a wheelchair.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Oh man, that was bad.
What was the last thing that I had on the list? Oh yeah, so again, Warner Brothers reveals plans for sequel to the Batman. Already read that. Go to Bad Bunny raise. Oh no, that was everything, guys. That's all the news that we had this week.
What was that horrible movie that they tried to make as a kind of pseudo sequel to Ghostbusters, but it didn't work? Was it Evolution?
Oh, I know that movie.
Yes,
that didn't work. It wasn't in a Ghostbusters world, but it had a similar energy.
Yeah,
where it's the one with the 3-eye. The logo is a 3-eye smiley face with David Duchovny.
That's Evolution.
Yeah, they really tried, and then that failed.
Yeah, I could see that.
So you either go with Evolution route or you go the other Ghostbusters route.
Oh, we have 1 minute left. I'm gonna tell you guys the story I heard of what's happening in the Flash.
Oh no.
So the Flash movie that's going to be coming out. This is what I had read on Reddit. Shout outs to my homie Mobs who sent me the link. The story is that Barry does some shit, realizes that he might be able to save the world, After he does some time travel stuff, realizes that he might be able to save his mom. Ben Affleck's Batman tells him, "No, don't do that, because the things that make us who we are the things that make us heroes. So you wouldn't want to do that."
Does it anyways.
Barry does it anyways. Fucks up the timeline. Flashpoint comes back. The Justice League doesn't exist. Batman, when he finally finds Batman, the Batman that does exist is Keaton's Batman. There's a different Barry Allen in that universe who isn't a speedster, who's a speedster.
So he's replaced him.
That's
yeah, whatever he did when he comes back, he's in an alternate reality. He's not in the same he ends up in a like divergent time.
But if you end up in an alternate reality,
Dave,
leave it.
Dave's trying to understand.
Look, all I know is already. I'm going to say this. Based on what you've told me already, I'm more excited about the fact that Harley Quinn's Kite Man has a spin-off. Because I don't care. Reddit Why are we doing it? I don't care. Fuck Reddit. Kite Man's getting his own spin-off. Fuck that shit. That's
all
great.
This to say, he tries to find. They try to find Superman. They find out that the shuttle for Superman ended up in a military base. When they get there, there's no Superman. It's Kara. You find out that in this world, Zod already killed Superman when he was a baby, when he arrived on Earth. So he never existed. Then Batman, who is in like an armored suit, the two Barrys and Kara all work together to do some blah, blah, blah. Kara ends up dying. Batman ends up dying. The two Barrys are like keep trying to fix things. The Barry from the actual timeline, not the one that the movie starts with, keeps going back in time to try and fix things. He keeps coming back more defeated, more messed up because he keeps losing.
So he ends up becoming Reverse Flash.
No, Reverse Flash does show up though and tells him, I've been doing this for years. It doesn't work, and tries to stop them. And that's how he becomes Reverse Flash. So
wait,
I would like to point out.
Wait, what? Reverse Flash
up.
Comes through and says, "My dude, you doing it wrong. I've been trying to do this." And because of that, he becomes Reverse Flash anyways?
He's trying to stop him because he's just like, it doesn't work. So that's why he becomes like the protagonist and the antagonist. And yeah.
Why so dark?
I just want to point out, CW Flash did this already.
Season 2, episode 1, my G. What was that? 8 years ago?
Like, why is the people at the WBDC have no clue what they're doing?
Wait, Brian.
No, they don't have respect for their audience.
So 2014 to 2022, how many years was that? 8 years?
Yeah.
Okay. It took them 8 years to write a story and almost complete a movie about some shit that happened on TV 8 years ago.
Yo, when I read the Reddit, I was just like, and I'm probably not even doing the Reddit justice, but when I read it, I was just like, I mean, I might as well not do it justice because it's not good. Supposedly there's like jokes in it where Aquaman and Barry are sitting together at one point when it's all said and done. And Barry's just like, yeah. And Superman was a man. And Aquaman's like laughing. He's just like, what? Superman, a man? And it's like, because the joke is like Superman doesn't exist. And Barry's the only one that remembers all this stuff. And yeah, so we're in for a really bad DCEU.
Marvel is laughing. Kevin Feige, bro. Yeah. Kevin Feige. Yeah.
You know what it must be their meetings when they have like strategy meetings? It must be like, they still doing their thing? Yeah, okay. So let's have a beer.
I want when this movie comes out, and anybody who's watching this, you can pull this. I want to go to this movie with a certain cast or some cast members throughout the Marvel universe and smoke wild trees and just laugh. I want me, Feige, Evans, Robert Downey Jr., friggin' throwing Idris Elba in there. Yeah, give me not all the curses because I don't actually. Yeah, give me all the curses for this situation. Give me. Yeah, okay, and I'll maybe even Batista, and let's all hang out and then just laugh at some shit. And we'll bring on what's his name, the director of Guardians, just because he's worked for both.
Gunn?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we bring on James Gunn. We'll be like, yo, Gunn, what were you thinking, my G? Like, can you fix this? Can you fix this? And then oh man.
Well, all that to say, guys, much like the DCEU, we're done. This is the end of our show. We're finished this week, guys. Always a pleasure. I think by the time this episode comes out on podcast, you can still buy your pre-sale tickets for Nerd Stock, because I know they're still doing the giveaway that if you buy your tickets before the 30th, you get entered for a chance to win $500. So if you guys haven't bought your pre-sale tickets, by all means, jump in and do it now, because like if you're planning to go, you might as well buy your ticket before the deadline so you get the chance to win money. Like that just seems easy to me.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week, folks. Another one. Next week is May the 4th too, so we'll probably talk some Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah, Obi-Wan, huh?
Yeah, we'll probably talk some Star Wars stuff, see if there's anything fun coming out. And yeah, guys, that's the whole show. Anything y'all want to tell the people? Anything special? Oh, Skinny has a new review video up. I know he doesn't like to talk about his stuff, so because he's humble as fuck out there for no reason. But
Exactly.
if you guys want to check it out, you can check it out on his page on YouTube.
On my YouTube channel, go ahead and check it out. G.I. Joe review, Outback, Tiger Force. You know, I'm not a fan of G.I. Joe like that, but why not?
I know, I saw it and I was just like, oh, G.I. Joe one, that's so rare. But I mean, if anything, it makes it more fun because it's not something you do all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the whole show, y'all. We love doing it. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure to check us out on social medias at Geektastic Cypher on all the platforms and all that jazz. And we'll be back next week with another one. Peace, y'all. We out.
Peace.